Keanu stars Jordan Peele, Keegan-Michael Key, and is directed by Peter Atencio. So with Civil War coming out next week, why not give a soft start to the summer with a comedy called Keanu? And I remember seeing trailers for this movie and it looks really hilarious. I'm a big fan of Key and Peele. I think when they're on, they're definitely on. Some of their skits are just downright hilarious.
The light is on. Is it against the law? You see that there's a picture of a seatbelt on that sign.
No, but is it against the law, though?
The fasten seatbelt sign is on.
But is it against the
Sir,
law, though?
Seatbelt sign is
But
on.
is it against the law?
Seatbelt sign is on.
But is it against the law?
Seatbelt sign.
But is it against the law?
So I had high hopes for Keanu. And it's kind of a play off of John Wick because in John Wick was avenging the death of his little puppy. So in Keanu, Peele plays Clarence and he just got out of a relationship, and the one thing that brings him back to life really is Keanu, the cat. He falls in love with the cat, head over heels. And the cat is stolen by some gangsters. And so throughout the rest of this movie, he is kind of going undercover with the gangsters, trying to get his cat back. And let me just say, in the trailers, the cat Keanu really steals the show. He is the draw, I guess you could say, for everybody. He's just so cute, he's relatable, and really, cats are everywhere right now. They are universal. So I predict this movie will probably be a big hit based on Keanu alone. But I gotta say, overall, it just wasn't nearly as good as I expected it to be. And let me get into that. First, I'll start out with the good. I did like some of the scenes in the movie. It's kind of disjointed. There are some scenes that are really funny, especially the ones with Anna Faris. And as with all my reviews for comedies, I'm not gonna give anything away, but just trust me, that scene definitely had some really cool parts in it. And it's cool that Anna Faris actually played herself, Anna Faris. And the way that whole scene plays out is really funny. And also early in the movie, it's funny watching Rel and Clarence play off of each other, and they're trying to, I guess you could say, act gangster. Because in their real lives, they kind of talk like white guys. But they are really going ghetto to try to infiltrate these gangsters. And they really seem awkward as they're trying to fit in. And finally, I'd say Keegan-Michael Key, who plays Clarence, he's probably the funniest part of this, especially his obsession with George Michael. There's a really funny scene where he convinces the gangsters that George Michael is the original gangster. And eventually they're all like playing into it and even singing George Michael songs. But now with the bad. Like I said, there are some funny scenes in this movie at the beginning, but then it kind of loses steam for me about, I'd say, not even midway through, even earlier than that. And then you're left with kind of a half-assed action movie. It's not even really a good action movie. The action scenes aren't even that great. And throughout this, it seems like Key and Peele are trying to hold the comedy up, but the comedy isn't that great. Also, Will Forte is in this, and Will Forte to me is one of the funniest guys working today. If you haven't seen The Last Man on Earth, definitely check that show out. It is just hilarious. Because the character that he plays in that show is just the biggest jerk idiot. That's pretty much it. He's a jerk, but he's also an idiot. And the two together really make for a funny character. But I felt like he was kind of wasted in this movie. He plays the drug dealer, but nothing he does really is that funny. And I've mentioned this before, Gary Oldman in the movie True Romance. That was an amazing performance, and he plays a drug dealer in that movie. It wasn't really funny, but he gave you something. I mean, if it's a comedy, at least make it funny. And I didn't think Will Forte was funny. I just thought he was trying to act like a drug dealer or a gangster. And really the biggest problem for me with this film is it's trying to be two things. It's trying to be an action movie and it's trying to be a comedy. And to me, it doesn't really succeed in either. But there were some scenes that I did have a good time with. I'm not completely knocking this movie. There were some really funny scenes. So for that, I'm gonna give it a low humdrum. It's not really a comedy that I'm gonna go to again. And I know everybody has different tastes in comedies, and I generally like Key and Peele. They really tap into my type of comedy. I like Anchorman, I like Step Brothers, but Anchorman and Step Brothers are consistently funny all the way through. Anchorman 2, not so much, but the first Anchorman to me is just a classic. So anyway guys, that is my review for Keanu. What are your thoughts on this movie? Looking forward to hearing them. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd, and Drum Dum out.